Welcome back to the channel as the regular season comes to an end. The Saints travel to Tampa to take on the Bucs. Hey everyone, welcome to Wood Sports Gaming, your ultimate destination for the best in sports gaming content. From Madden, NHL, and FC to WWE to K, NBA to K, and MLB The Show, we've got it all covered. Whether you're into epic matchups, career modes, or just looking for some fun and entertaining gameplay, you're in the right place. Copyright disclaimer. Before we dive into the action, just a quick note, I do not own any of the content featured in these videos. All game footage is owned by their respective creators and developers, including EA Sports for Madden, NHL, and FC, WWE to K by 2K Sports, NBA to K by Visual Concepts, and MLB The Show by San Diego Studio. These videos are made for entertainment purposes only, and full credit goes to the game developers for their amazing work. Also, a reminder that some of the players in these games are created by me for fun. For example, a player like Don Trump is purely fictional and not affiliated with the real Donald Trump. This is simply an honor and narrative we're building for entertainment. If you enjoy what you see, don't forget to hit that like button, share the video, and subscribe to the channel so you never miss an upload. Drop a comment below and let me know what games or matchups you'd like to see next. Thanks for watching, and let's get into the game.
Trying to get my physical fitness on, but first, we've got a game to get on here. Two teams trying to finish strong before they turn the calendar. And on the flight home, I'll be finalizing my resolution list as well.
And here come the Saints for their opening drive. And they will be led out by the youngster, the rookie, their QB.
It's a pretty bland game he had last time out. Ended up throwing one interception, didn't have a touchdown to offset it, but the team found a way to win. He found a way to lean on other parts of the offense that carried them through.
Line of scrimmage, the 31 now on 1st and 10. They start the drive on the ground. Kamara. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. 11 yards there on the first play from scrimmage. Charles, they won last week despite him not running the ball well. They told us need to get him going. Runs like that help.
And they talked to us about...
Staying on the ground on first with Kamara. And he edges forward, but only gets a pair of yards out of it. And it's second down. The Saints had 12-3 now on the year. They've been playing their best football of the year, winners of 4 in a row.
And I thought that they played pretty well last week. Their execution, their discipline, their resilience, all on display in that victory.
They give those 2 yards right back, and now they're looking at a 3rd and 10.
That's a play to take note of there for the defense. I think in the future, if you're going to try and block him, maybe you get a guard to help double team him and try and steer him out of the play. They should have done it on that snap.
There's Chris Olave, and he's out of bounds just before the midfield stripe at the 49. So on 4th down, on is Lou Hedley to punt for New Orleans. He was called on 3 times in the win last week as his first one here's away. And this one will wind up being down just outside of that 20-yard line. So out come the Bucs now as we grind toward the end of the season here, and they haven't had the season that they had hoped. So let me ask you to play GM. Where might they look to make some changes?
I think when you look into the upcoming draft, think hard about them drafting multiple offensive linemen. They've got to get stouter up front. And as a GM, it always tells me, Charles, this is a big boy league, and big people always end up winning games for you.
No surprise there. Chase Young wrecks that play with a sack. And they get to him right out of the gate. And this defense hoping that that's a harbinger of things to come.
Yeah, when you give up a first-play sack, makes your quarterback wonder if he's going to go to the sidelines and talk with his offense coordinator and head coach and say, hey, you know that game plan we put together? We might need to change it right now.
They get 2 yards back, but they're going to need a lot more than that here on 3rd down. Mayfield. That's complete to White. And that's not nearly going to be enough. Stopped at the 22, and he needed plenty more. It's a gain of 11, but they're still well short. It's 4th down. Here's Jake Camarda now. He punted 4 times in the loss last week as he gets this one away here. Call that a 44-yard punt, 5 on the return. And the Saints will take over with a 1st down and 10. The Saints offense on the field, ready to get their drive started. And they, if you just look at this game, Charles, on paper, they've got the edge, no doubt. They're hanging around the top of the NFC. On the other side, you got a squad that's towards the bottom of the NFC. But when we mentioned that to the coaches, they were having no part of it.
Yeah, and I like how you said when we mentioned it. In fact, I mentioned it, and I upset them a little bit, didn't I? Because they wanted no part of that one, and I was reminded, like a 5-year-old, this is the NFL. Any given Sunday, anything can happen. They are guarding against the upset.
3rd and inches, and they've got some extra beef up front. 3 tight ends. Here's Kamara trying to run for it. Well, they hit him in the backfield, and he will not escape. And that is not going to get it done. A 3-yard loss. 4th down now.
Sometimes you just sit back and marvel at what he can do defensively. Speed, strength, quickness. He's the whole package. And that package just wrapped up the runner for a loss.
Now on 4th down, on is the punt team sending this one away. It'll be a 41-yard punt. Give them 5 on the return. And the Bucs will get ready to go on offense. The Bucs offense set to begin their next possession. These guys definitely hoping for a better showing than their last appearance. They couldn't really even move the football much beyond the shadows of their own goalpost, Charles. We'll see if they can get a better, more sustained drive going here.
Yeah, and every team that we ever talk to says the exact same thing. When you start a drive from that deep in your own territory, the goal is a minimum of at least 2 first downs, because even if you have to punt then, you change the field position, right? You flip the field a little bit. They didn't get that done. This time they want to string together a nice drive and help themselves out.
So the completion good for just 3. And that's going to make it 3rd down and less than a yard. They'll try to pick this up on the ground with White. And this is going to be a Bucs 1st down as he's got this up to about the 34-yard line.
Well, it wasn't a goal line situation, but how about the goal line formation on 3rd and short? They went in and went heavy. No surprise that it was going to get the football. How about the power exhibited there?
Yeah, that was just put a hat on a hat, drive forward. Nice job to pick it up. From the 34 now, here's 1st and 10. Throwing, Mayfield. Got a man complete to Cedric Wilson. So the completion good for 7 there, and that'll bring up 2nd down. Play action now. Here's Mayfield. Looking downfield for Godwin. And that went a little too high as it's knocked away and incomplete. And, Charles, you wonder about this defense coming in. I mean, look, it's no secret they're playing a team that's down on its luck right now. Losers of 5 straight. How does that change how you prepare for a game?
Well, to me, the first thought is you just get after them early, right? Take away any chance of them building any confidence. But the second thing is you prepare a little bit differently. You got to expect this team to take chances, go for it on 3rd and 4th downs, run a lot of trick plays, anything to try and break their losing streak. So you must stay alert and stay aware.
They call that a punt of 38 yards officially, and it will be 1st and 10 as they take over. The Saints coming out now to take the field. And, partner, I know so far, we're still in the first half, but you love this game as a defensive guy. 0-0. We'll see if the offense can get going on this drive.
Well, you know how they talk about music.
He punted 4 times in the loss last week as he gets this one away here. Call that a 44-yard punt, 5 on the return. And the Saints will take over with a 1st down and 10. The Saints offense on the field ready to get their drive started. And if you just look at this game, Charles, on paper, they've got the edge, no doubt. They're hanging around the top of the NFC. On the other side, you got a squad that's towards the bottom of the NFC. But when we mentioned that to the coaches, they were having no part of it.
Yeah, and I like how you said when we mentioned it. In fact, I mentioned it, and I upset them a little bit, didn't I? Because they wanted no part of that one, and I was reminded, like a 5-year-old, this is the NFL. Any given Sunday, anything can happen. They are guarding against the upset.
3rd and inches, and they've got some extra beef up front. 3 tight ends. Here's Kamara trying to run for it. Well, they hit him in the backfield, and he will not escape. And that is not going to get it done. A 3-yard loss. 4th down now.
Sometimes you just sit back and marvel at what he can do defensively. Speed, strength, quickness. He's the whole package. And that package just wrapped up the runner for a loss.
Now on 4th down, on is the punt team sending this one away. It'll be a 41-yard punt, give them 5 on the return. And the Bucs will get ready to go on offense. The Bucs offense set to begin their next possession. These guys definitely hoping for a better showing than their last appearance. They couldn't really even move the football much beyond the shadows of their own goalpost, Charles. We'll see if they can get a better, more sustained drive going here.
Yeah, and every team that we ever talk to says the exact same thing. When you start a drive from that deep in your own territory, the goal is a minimum of at least 2 first downs, because even if you have to punt then, you change the field position, right? You flip the field a little bit. They didn't get that done. This time they want to string together a nice drive and help themselves out.
So the completion good for just 3. And that's going to make it 3rd down and less than a yard. They'll try to pick this up on the ground with White. And this is going to be a Bucs first down as he's got this up to about the 34-yard line.
Well, it wasn't a goal line situation, but how about the goal line formation on 3rd and short? They went in and went heavy. No surprise that it was going to get the football. How about the power exhibited there?
Yeah, that was just put a hat on a hat, drive forward. Nice job to pick it up. From the 34 now, here's 1st and 10. Throwing, Mayfield. Got a man, complete to Cedric Wilson. So the completion good for 7 there, and that'll bring up 2nd down. Play action now. Here's Mayfield. Looking downfield for Godwin. And that went a little too high as it's knocked away and incomplete. And, Charles, you wonder about this defense coming in. I mean, look, it's no secret they're playing a team that's down on its luck right now. Losers of 5 straight. How does that change how you prepare for a game?
Well, to me, the first thought is you just get after them early, right? Take away any chance of them building any confidence. But the second thing is you prepare a little bit differently. You got to expect this team to take chances, go for it on 3rd and 4th downs, run a lot of trick plays, anything to try and break their losing streak. So you must stay alert and stay aware.
They call that a punt of 38 yards officially. And it will be 1st and 10 as they take over. The Saints coming out now to take the field. And, partner, I know so far, we're still in the first half, but you love this game as a defensive guy. 0-0. We'll see if the offense can get going on this drive.
Well, you know how they talk about music to your ears? How about what it does for your eyes when you watch something like this, right, where these teams are locked in and going at it, no points going up on the scoreboard? I'm loving it. You're exactly right.
Well, switch over, though, to an offensive mindset for a moment. What do they need to do here to get on track and get some points?
Well, I think a couple of ways. Number one, you put something before. Coaches always talk about unscouted looks. Maybe you give them something that they haven't seen on tape, and now you shock them that way.
The ball is out. Kamara fumbled it. Oh, and one of the linebackers has got it. And they'll start with great field position at the 41-yard line. All fumbles are costly, but that one really hurts because he had the first down.
Yeah, that's all he needed. The problem is we coach these guys to try and get more, but that doesn't count if you don't bring the ball with you, does it?
Mayfield now after the fumble recovery. That is caught. It's Chris Godwin. And a big gain that time. He's out of bounds on what will be the final play of this first quarter. So they will wave off the flag and let the completion stand.
Really great job by the receiver fighting through all the contact and still coming down with the football. All that great work in practice being put into the game.
Mayfield on first down. Throw right side, taken in by Godwin. So 5 yards here, 5 on the play, and it'll be second down. Mayfield now. And that falls to the ground, incomplete. A nice job of bodying him up defensively, and now it brings up third down. They'll need 5 on this play to move the sticks. Mayfield looks to throw. This is White on the screen. And he can't quite get there. Tackled down at the 1. They're able to convert on third down, and that sets up a first and goal.
I think he has to be saying to himself, how did that not wind up a touchdown? Remember, you just need the tip of the ball to cross the plane. It's not going to get there, but they're going to be set up in great shape with first and goal.
First and goal at the 1. Mayfield with it once more. Now a battle for the football. It's caught. It's a touchdown. Cedric Wilson hitting double digits with his 10th touchdown of the season. And the Bucs post the first points of the ball game as they take the lead here in this second quarter.
A lot of people might call this backyard football. Sometimes just understanding who you've got out wide and who you're going to throw it to. Give him an opportunity to go up and make a play, even when contested. Looks like that one worked out pretty well. The trust factor in effect.
The extra point by McLaughlin is up and good. And that makes the score 7-0. Following the touchdown, here's McLaughlin to kick off. And we'll see a return here from the end zone. And he'll be brought down at the 28-yard line, so the decision to bring it out of the end zone gets him 3 more. Back out onto the field now comes the New Orleans offense. Last time out, they had the fumble. That led to the touchdown. Not a great look on either side of the ball as the defense gave up the points too, Charles. But they've got to take care of the football and do better here on this possession.
It's certainly been a tough stretch, partner, for both of those units, and they kind of put their defensive mates in a really tough spot there by dropping the ball on the ground. But an easy way to make it up to them, get out there now and get some points on this drive.
To the sideline and incomplete.
I tell you, Brandon, this defense is playing with some confidence. Haven't allowed a point yet. Flying to the football. I'm telling you, it's almost 11 to the ball on every snap. Another nice job there to force an incompletion.
Going underneath, he's got Hawkinson. So the completion gets him just a yard. And that's going to make it 4th down.
As a defense, you're more balanced when you're in zone coverage because you're able to keep your eyes on the quarterback and see the play develop in front of you. They're able to keep the quick pass in front of them and stop it right at the line of scrimmage.
So a change of possession here on the punt. And out will come the offense as they take over. And the Buccaneers getting ready to go as they take the field. Things progressing to plan so far. Their defense has been solid, and they've got themselves a 7-0 lead after the touchdown the last time they had the ball.
And this is no time to even think about, hey, are we going to milk the clock? Hey, are we just going to do ball control? This is the NFL. 7-0 leads, they don't last very long unless you continue to push the envelope on offense.
A pass there over the middle to start things out. And he'll be corralled right around the 34. The drive starting with a first down, 11 yards on that pickup. Now Mayfield. Finding Sterling Shepard for his first catch. And he'll take this to the other side of midfield before going out of bounds. 17 yards on the play and a Buccaneer first down.
So many times in my career I've heard coaches talk about completions are one thing. But as long as we're there at the catch and we get guys on the ground, we can live with that. But if you're going to give up 10, 12, 15 yards after the catch, then your defense is going to be in a lot of trouble.
And incomplete on the deep ball.
They decided the opportunity was there and launched a deep ball, but he was unable to get away from the defender, couldn't create space, couldn't uncover the end of the route, and that one winds up incomplete.
9 yards, not quite enough, and they'll be left now with 3rd and 1.
They kept the receiver in the short field, but that let his quarterback get the ball quickly to him before either guy in double coverage could react.
The Bucs on 3rd down. They've hit 2 for 4 thus far. They need just a yard here. It's 3rd and 1. And the Saints pressure gets him. Brought down for a sack. He could not get away that time, and it'll be a loss of 11 on 3rd down.
Okay, I'm not sure you could actually draw up a better pass rush than that one right there. Nowhere to go outside. He had to keep backing up and backing up and backing up. Eventually dropped for a huge loss.
Fourth down, so Jake Camarda is out there. This is away, but boy, headed straight for the sidelines. And this is going to be ruled out, I think, just inside the 20. Yes, it will. Side judge calls it at the 19-yard line. Out onto the field comes New Orleans. And last drive, 3 and out. Still a goose egg on the scoreboard. How do they break that goose egg?
They've got to find a way to get the ball in the hands of their playmakers, get them some space, and try and make a first down and get some momentum going. It's been a struggle for them throughout the game, and that 3 and out on the last possession, that told you just how stalled they are on offense.
So who will step up here? We'll see. They'll look to throw here on first down. Flushed out right. Man open downfield is Diggs. He's got it. And he will step out of bounds here inside the 30. A big-time play there for New Orleans. 43 yards. Now a first down carry. It's Kamara. Give him 5 on the carry there, and it'll be 2nd down. Well, these two teams, they met in New Orleans earlier in the year with the Saints coming out on top. So if they can win here in Tampa, they'd be able to claim the season sweep. And he's dropped just before the line to gain. 4-yard pickup leaves him with 3rd and 1. So they just need 1 yard here to pick up the first down. They'll look to throw for it on 3rd and 1. That is caught, and he couldn't quite get there. Tackled down at the 1. Defense was expecting run, and they're dealt a pass of over 15 yards.
Boy, how about the speed with which this offense could get down the field? It's taken them no time at all to get down here, and now they're set up with a 1st and goal.
Two minutes on the clock, 2nd quarter, 7-0 ball game.
Let's go, let's go, let's go.
A chance now to get even before the break as they come up 1st and goal. He'll drop to throw. And he's got it. Touchdown, Saints. T.J. Hockenson. A 1-yard touchdown reception. And the Saints are an extra point away from drawing level. Well, with this rookie QB, we talk a lot about his ball placement and how good he can be at laying it right in there. I think we just saw, Charles, though, the strength of that arm. That was an absolute rifle for the completed touchdown.
It absolutely was, and let's face it, you think he was really ready to get that first touchdown? Absolutely. He threw that pass with authority, just as you described. Big-time arm right there, and let's face it, a lot of quarterbacks used to be pitchers in baseball. The fastball was usually their best pitch, and we saw it there.
Extra point right down the middle, and we are tied at 7. That time, a 6-play drive. And it was T.J. Hawkinson who finished the drive with a touchdown reception. So all even at 7 now as they kick it away. From a couple yards deep, he'll bring it out of the end zone. And the decision to come out of the end zone is going to cost him 5 yards as he's taken down right at the 20. And Tampa Bay trots out there now. As we eke closer and closer to intermission, Charles, remember last time out they punted. They would love to get points here, especially if this is going to be their final possession of the first half.
Yeah, and this is what close games feel like because the pressure is on both sides, but sometimes the pressure is a little bit higher on the team with the slight edge because they're trying to hold on to that, trying to increase it. Let's see how this one continues.
And able to break one tackle, but then quickly brought down, but a nice little gain. Give him 10 yards on the pickup, and it'll be second and very short. Mayfield to throw it. Wilson's got it complete. A gain of 5, good enough for the first down. Here's Mayfield. And that one too far in front. He couldn't reel it in. It's incomplete.
I know coaches tell us all the time that having a powerful arm isn't the #1 thing they look for in a quarterback. But when you're trying to throw inside routes and you need to put some heat on it, it helps to have the big gun. In this case, just a little bit too much.
A second down throw for Mayfield. Hit as he throws. He lost the football. It's loose. And this ball recovered by the offense. But remember, they cannot advance it here in the final 2 minutes of the half. So this will be blown dead, and it'll come back to the spot of the fumble.
A lot of bad news on that play for them, wasn't there? Lost the football, lost a lot of yardage, but I think the good news outweighs it. Able to retain possession. That was big for them.
Good news, they kept the ball. Bad news, it's 3rd and long. Not wanting to risk another sack, they'll play it safe with a run. And they'll indeed stop him on 3rd down. And now what do you want to do with your timeouts? He did well to get him 8 yards, but it's still going to mean a call to the punt team on 4th down. Jake Camarda sent on now to punt this away. That's taken on the 25. So we've reached halftime here on New Year's Eve. As we send you a stone's throw away across I-4 to Orlando. There standing by is Jonathan Coachman, ready with our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach.
We'll begin out in the windy city of Chicago. And it's the Falcons who are out in front in the second quarter. From there, we head east to check on the Bills at home in Buffalo. And they trail the visiting Patriots at halftime. Kirk Cousins has fired 3 touchdown passes. Ramondre Stevenson, a touchdown run in that first half. Lastly, let's get out to Jacksonville. See what's happening with the Jaguars at TIAA Bank Field. As you can see the score there in the second quarter. John?
All right, we'll bypass the halftime show in favor of returning to this late season game with the teams coming back from the locker rooms here a bit early. Set and ready to go for the second half. One touchdown apiece, 7-7 our score. And no fireworks to start the half. This will be a touchback. The Bucs offense set. From the shotgun, it's Mayfield. And he's taken down here by the Saints. Chase Young in there to get him, and that is sack number 6 now for him on the year. I don't know what else can be said about this pass rush. They have been sensational. CD, that is now 6 sacks for them.
And how many times do we talk to offensive coordinators and they say a sack is a result of everyone on offense not doing their job? But let's be honest about this one. This is the offensive line unable to counter the pass rush. They've been teeing off all game long.
And this offense on third down today, not quite 50%, 4 for 9. This will be 3rd and a mile. And this pass broken up. The contact well timed there, and now 4th down. Here comes the Buccaneers punter now, as he's on for the 5th time here today. And now where will the side judge stop his walk? That's the question. He says it crossed out of bounds at about the 17-yard line. Out comes the Saints offensive unit and the NFC playoff race. Let's have a look at it. Well, we do know, Charles, they will be in the playoffs. They currently sit at pole position number 1, but nothing's set in stone right now. They still have to earn that top spot.
And it makes me reflect back to preseason when you and I do our tours of camps. The prevailing message in each and every one of them was what? Win the division.
Win the division.
Win the division. You know you're in the playoffs. It means something. It means a home game. It means a number of other things, but winning the division is paramount. You're right. They won't step off the gas here.
Give him a yard on the run there, and that's going to set up a 3rd down and 2. Well, with the fumble he had earlier, we know how key keeping the football is here. That fumble earlier probably at the forefront of his mind. Just hold on to this thing.
It's also at the forefront of the mind of the guys who are trying to get the ball from him. And since they've seen him drop it on the ground before, they're doing everything possible to have him do it again. They need that turnover.
Well, the other day they told us when we've got 3rd and 5 or less, we have to be able to convert. And I guess every team would say that, Charles, but an opportunity missed there.
What they were trying to tell us is they believe it's a matchup game at that point. And they liked some matchups that they had, thought they could exploit them, unable to do so on that play.
So possession goes over here on the punt. And they will take over 1st and 10. Back now comes Tampa Bay. Their defense accomplished step 1 of the mission. They forced the punt. Now they'll look to erase that deficit and take a 4th quarter lead. They've got good starting field position as they come up here 1st and 10 at their 36-yard line. Play fake. Mayfield. Oh, that's into a sea of bodies, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Paul. And the Saints are going to have great field position here as this is returned just shy of midfield. He has just been a load for opposing offenses to account for. Now 8 interceptions on the year.
I love that number because I always think of center field. You know, when I hear 8, because that's the position you write in the scorecard in baseball. And what do good center fielders do? Take away all the alleys, right? They range deep and make a whole lot of great catches.
They begin on the ground with Kamara. Fights through, and now a crack. And he loses the football a 2nd time. And it's picked up by the Buccaneers.
Well, partner, here's where team football gets tested a little bit because I know the defensive guys were over there chilling on the sidelines, and all of a sudden, they heard the sudden change call because that fumble puts them right back on the field, and they've got to go out and finish the game now themselves.
Absolutely. Nursing that slim lead here in the fourth, a costly turnover. And nothing much materializing there on the first down run. He'll get a couple, and that's it. Now 2nd and 8 at the 32-yard line. To throw, Mayfield. And the Saints pressure gets him. Brought down for a sack. The defense rising to the challenge and setting him back on the sack. Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. Looking for Godwin, and he's got him complete. That'll give him 8 that time, and it'll be 4th down. Here comes the Buccaneers punter now as the drive goes backwards, so he's on to punt it away. And we'll see what he can do on the return. And past the 40 before he's out of bounds. A good return there, 17 yards. New Orleans offense back out and ready to go. Their defense got the stop, forced the punt, and now you really start to monitor the clock as they nurse this slim lead. They'll start on the ground here on 1st down. And he'll be brought down, losing yardage back at the 40. Vita Vea stopped that play in its tracks. That was well played there defensively. 2 tight ends in the formation, which essentially gave them 7 blockers up front. Hard to imagine with all that size and beef that they could let a tackler through, but that's exactly what happened. A loss resulted. And he's going to bowl his way forward to the 48. That's what they needed. It's an 8-yard gain, and now 3rd and 4 suddenly doesn't look so bad.
That's it. That's what you want. Straight ahead positive gain. Just keep that clock ticking.
In search of 4 yards here to pick up the 1st down. Now they'll throw here out of the gun. Escaping the pressure right. And he is tackled inside the 40, not quite to the 35. The escapability in evidence there as that one good for 15 and a first. Well, there you go. Save your best scramble of the day for a big-time situation in the 4th quarter, picking up the first.
You don't want to use it up early, right? You want to make sure you save it for that exact moment, that key time, and that's what he did, although you and I both know it wasn't planned that way. But what a nice job using his eyes, scanning the field, and realizing when it was time to exit the pocket and go.
Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10. Now they'll switch it up here and look to throw. They'll get this out to Kamara. And he'll go down here at the 35-yard line.
That's a good job there by the corner. We do talk about this a lot, that a lot of corners see their job as simply covering receivers. Tackling isn't everyone's thing. But in this case, he came up quickly and made a nice, sure tackle.
Flush to his right. Keeps himself upright. Catch is made by Hawkinson, the tight end. And he'll be out of bounds about a half to a full yard shy of the 5. He got 29 yards that time. So 1st and goal, 6 points here would go a long way toward wrapping this one up. And they're going to get him. They bring him down to the sack back at the 16-yard line. There's Charles Harris getting home for the sack. 1st down, a bit of a disaster, and now on 2nd and goal, back even further. Eluding the pressure right. Olave over the middle.
He decided to run a hitch route. It really helped to have a guy who can turn it loose, and boy, he rifled one in there on that one. Not much run after catch, but it worked really well.
So it's Saints football as we get you reset. They've got it 3rd and goal now as they look for that final touchdown to salt this one away. Back to throw. And that's going to be incomplete. The contact there enough to jar that ball free, and it brings up 4th down. And this one is right through. And that moves him up by a touchdown now at 17-10. From a defensive perspective, though, I think maybe they're saying, hey, we did what we needed to do, kept this a one-score game.
Yeah, without a doubt, because they were able to bleed some time off the clock, right? Put themselves in a good position, but it's not out of reach yet, okay? Being able to hold them to a field goal means that they do have a chance to come back and win this game.
From a yard or two deep, here comes a return. And tackled at the 21-yard line, so a net negative there of 4 yards. They'll come up 1st and 10 here. Here's Baker. The throw here right sideline falls incomplete.
Tell you what, partner, after he ices down, he's going to need a nice long soak in a hot tub after this one. He's been under duress the entire game.
And once again, hit as he throws. Fortunate that one wound up incomplete. Here's 2nd down. Mayfield. That's complete to Otten. Hang on now. We're going to pause here. We've got an injured player. Always unfortunate to see an injury, especially this close to the end of the regular season. We'll step aside. They'll come to the line. This is 3rd and 3. Mayfield to throw. Finding Otten once more. And he is going to have a Bucs first down by a couple of yards as they're able to convert here on 3rd and 3. There's a short one taken in by Otten. Mayfield trying to get him up to the line as fast as he can. Now Mayfield. There's a short one taken in by Otten. The Bucs going to go ahead and use the 2nd of their timeouts as they get the stoppage with just over a minute to go in the game. A big play looming on 3rd down. Mayfield working the middle of the field, and he's got a man complete. And he is going to have the Buccaneers first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion. Throw out wide is incomplete.
Whew, that's certainly not the worst thing. It stops the clock and lets your offense catch its breath and lets us exhale a little bit. Now I expect them to call a couple plays in the huddle, so they're ready if a tackle happens inbounds.
And that is going to be incomplete as he led him a bit too much.
Back-to-back incompletions, but we know this is definitely 4-down territory. Time not on their side. I don't think they want to try and get the first down in 2 installments. I think they got to go and get it right here, right now.
And that's going to be incomplete. The coverage too good there. The contact popped the ball free, and it's 4th down.
With that incompletion, reality is staring them right in the face. This entire game is down to the next snap.
The decision made for them. They've got to go. It's 4th down. Desperation time. Mayfield on 4th down. And it's incomplete, broken up. But there is a flag down. Let's see what that's about. So the defense helping. He'll dump this one off here to White. And he is out of bounds inside the 30.
It didn't check off every box, but the most important one. Got the clock stopped, getting out of bounds. It may be a little short of the first down, but I thought that was the key.
Meanwhile, Mayfield's throw on target to Godwin here. The Bucs forced to use their 3rd and final timeout as they get it with 16 seconds remaining on the clock. The Saints going to call the first of their timeouts. That'll leave them with 2 remaining. We'll be back after this. Well, here's a big one. You can just feel it. This is 3rd down now. Here's Mayfield. That's pulled in by Wilson. And he'll be taken down, but he does have first down yardage. This one came right down to the wire, and CD, they had that one final chance to try to navigate their way into the end zone, but couldn't get it done to avoid the loss.
Yeah, and how about the defense there? Because while they had one final look at the end zone, the defense made sure they knew what they were doing on the last play, executed it flawlessly, and no flags. Because remember, if there's a defensive penalty, there's one play left in the game that the offense gets. They didn't allow that to happen.
So for New Orleans, run their record to 13-3.
Got the sauce. That's just how I feel. Trying to reach the things that I can see. Yeah. You think I'm wrong, right? But I do what thing is right. Can't handle you on my worst days. I lost too much, that's why I don't celebrate my birthdays. I lost too much, that's why I've been falling the earthquakes. I lost too much. Look, 什么是错，什么是对，什么是我的 can't say。